Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to another Poem Massive video. So, we have the new time trial event over here, right? That's out. And so this is basically, for those who haven't played it before, so there's 3 stages that you could attempt 3 times each day. Well, 3 in total. There's 3 difficulties. Obviously, you want to go for the highest difficulty. And you get points by beating them. And then the faster you beat them, the more points you get, basically, right? And then you get points for these rewards, which are nice. So highest reward is 90k points. You got some good stuff in here. You got some gems. You got 5-star power up, striker, candy coin, this whatever this is called again, scout tickets, more gems, scout tickets, tech candy coin, 4-star power up, some other stuff. Right? More gems, scout tickets, 3-star power up, scout tickets, more scout tickets, sync orbs, this and that. You get the point. You get a lot of good stuff. So basically what you have to do is just beat these stages, and then every time you beat them, depending on how long you took, you get a different amount of points allocated. And again, if you wanted to get everything, you need 90k, so you'd have to average, I think around like 5.3k points per day, right? And that would be 2 S grade clears and 1 A grade clear, right? Which is, again, 2 330s and then 1 under 4 minutes. But I mean, if you're getting 330 clears, you're probably going to be getting them all across the board. Although I do have to say, from what I've tried so far, it doesn't seem really hard to get it under 330, right? So I'm just gonna try with Drilldown first, because Drilldown does have an extra, like, 2 times boost over here. Also gives you a bit more points. If you have Drilldown, then obviously, it's nowhere as, it's just not difficult, right, at all. But we're gonna try out Drilldown first, then we'll try out some more, I guess more free to play friendly methods over here, because again, Drill Down is great because not only does it give you more points, also gives you more multipliers. That being said, you definitely do not need Drill Down to get all these those rewards over there, right? So, all right, let's just do this first, and we'll talk about it more later. So let's get the let's get that up. Let's look at the extra super. You know what? Since we're getting super effective hit, I've been thinking maybe I'll not take out the sides, because I was taking out the sides first. Now that I think about it, maybe I don't need to do that. Or the side first. Maybe I just, use the first one, hit the mid, because the mid does have probably the most HP, right? Yeah, I think that's probably a better option. Now I think about it. Alright, give more defense, because I do have tough cookie on this guy, right? And then, we'll go ahead and sync with Steven after that, although I forgot. I probably should have given Best There Is, just so we get the guaranteed crit syncs or whatever. Or, actually, you know what would probably be even quicker? If we just don't sync with Steven at all. You know what? We probably should have brought Steven. Don't think he's really doing much to help. He's just there. Probably should have brought something. I don't know. Nothing really helps, though, because, like, you're just using moves with Durodon. I guess Steven helps just to give, like, Durodon a bit more, like, attack with the steel type theme skill, I guess. But yeah, just Durodon plus support. Just, pretty much annihilates this one. Well, maybe, I guess I could have queued up to Ironhead. I arrogantly thought I would have finished that off with that steel beam over there, or sync move. But we didn't, so definitely probably should have queued up a move with Steven earlier. But again, you get 3 attempts per day. So, if you are afraid that you might not be able to finish it, you definitely do want to be doing the highest difficulty, right? So, there's that. And, yeah, so that's a stage. Again, you do want to get it under 330. Again, if you have Durildon, if you have Steven, if you have Gloria, this should be incredibly easy to get it under 330, right? But, however, if you don't have that, you should still be fine, right? I do have 2 different kind of free-to-play team comps that you could try out that we're going to go over. First one is for people who do have Solgaleo, because Solgaleo is pretty nice, right? So if you do have Solgaleo, which I do think is probably better than Mawile, Although you do have a slightly worse support because your support is going to be like Mawile instead of Torchic, which Torchic is better. However, obviously, if you do have better units, you want to use them, right? If you have Gloria, if you have Steven, if you have Duralon, you want to use them. But if you, this is just for people who don't have those, right? Then you could go for Solgaleo. If you don't have Solgaleo, then just skip later. We'll talk about another team comp that doesn't use Solgaleo. And over here, there are switchable units, right? You could definitely take out Medicham for a better crit support, right? Because you do want a crit support. Obviously, with crit supports that you have, 2 out of 5 Alakazam, fantastic, right? Even though it doesn't give you, physical, attack buffs, but you don't really need it because, Solgaleo gets you all the physical attack buffs, anyways. But yeah, crit supports like Alakazam, if you can max that out, or 2 out of 5 Alakazam, 3 out of 5 Meganium, that could again also max your crit out. Phoebe can max your crit out. Piers can max your crit out. Togepi can max your crit out, right? Singsu Lisa, if you get an MP refresh, you can max your crit out, I guess. Hilbert can max your crit out. Hilbert's very, very good for this one, right? Because it also gives you physical attack, so you could get a few more Celestial Strikes in a bit faster, right? Singsu Blue could also max out your crit if you get an MP refresh on a trainer move. Lily Bee could help you max out the crit as well, right? So again, there are a lot of options, but this is just for if you don't have any any of the crit supports that we just mentioned, which is a lot, right? If you don't have anyone else, you could still use Mawile, right? She could still be of use. You don't need any of either Mawile or Swanna to be at 5-star. I just have them at 5 because I have everything at 5-star, and I can un-5-star them, right? They're not gonna be used for damage at all. Their stats do not matter. They're just there to exist, right? And the opponents do like no damage, so you don't have to worry about, oh, is my 3-star gonna take? Yeah, your 3-star is gonna tank it. Fine, right? Again, the opponents do like no damage. So, Skyla, Synchrid, right? So Skyla, what you want is take flight, MP refresh, staggering on Gust, and move gauge refresh 9 on Gust. Your main things that you want is just take flight, MP refresh, and Gust, move gauge refresh 9. If you don't pick up staggering, it's fine, but it's nice to have, right? Because if you flinch them, the opponent don't use their moves, which means that they don't. That's less time off from the opponent using moves and using up animation, which takes up time, right? So let's go ahead and do this, and all right, see how it goes. So a few things over here, right? So they're gonna roll those out, and we're gonna start by buffing Solgaleo with his trainer move, which again does cost you some gauges, so it's gonna be slightly costing on gauge, but since you're not going to use any other moves to start off anyways, you should be fine. So you want to take flight and then gloves off with Mawile. Again, double edge, very, very powerful move, did like no damage, right? Don't have to worry about your unit tanking, they should tank, everything fine. So you do want to use an X attack. Actually, never mind, I was thinking Mawile. You don't have to use X tackle, but you should probably use it anyways, just to pass turns. But yeah, Sunstone Strike over here, just keep on, doing damage. X tackle just so. Anyways, you want to queue up your sync move first before you use any moves on the other side, so you get a quad Q in, hopefully, right? If you're fast enough. So after you use your sync move, you just want to spam that Sunstone Strike, so you could hopefully queue up your Sunstone Strike before the opponent gets a move, right? So hopefully you get a crit on your sync move. Again, if you don't, not the end of the world, but it would be nice if you do, right? If you have Skyla EX, I would recommend using Skyla's EX or Skyla sync move instead, just because it gives gives Solgaleo just more damage overall, right? But again, it shouldn't be really necessary, just because Solgaleo, relatively powerful, right? Relatively powerful unit, I'd say. So you should be fine. Should be fine. Alright, defense debuffs, which again doesn't really matter unless you just don't crit, which can happen, which would be unfortunate if it happens. Alright, so hopefully we could finish it off before I use its sync move. What I'm gonna do, actually, let me just queue up a Drain Punch over here, since I think we have enough gauges. If we don't take it out here, I'm probably gonna Sunstone Strike again. Actually, let me just sync one of the others, and hopefully Drain Punch finishes it off. If Drain Punch, you know, if it actually, okay, well, Gus finished it off. Okay, that's slightly embarrassing for Rampardos over there. But yeah, we're at the, I think, 2-minute mark. The mid is gone. The opponents are physically tanky, right? Which is the, you know, slight issue over here. When you sync, the timer stops, so you don't have to worry about that. So you sync. Probably wanted to sync the golem though. Now think about it. But yeah, you do want to obviously start changing these things out. If you just worry about her HP, you could potion, but again, I don't really think you need to, honestly. You should be fine without potioning. Sensor Strike over there. I keep on screwing this up. You don't want to switch targets. You want to try to focus one down. That's my bad. Alright, Sensor Strike over here again. Okay. We do have our sync move up, which in this case, again, if we focused on Golem over there with all our moves, we could have prevented them from using a move over here, which again does, you know, does add time onto our timer. So like I mentioned before, you probably do want to you know, try to take out or try to focus on one side first. Don't do what I just did, switching between these. Alright, you probably want like one target so you could just keep on syncing with, right? Which again, your sync move generally does decent amount of damage, especially if they crit. If they don't crit, then that's not fun. So Golem does set up crit shield, but Sensor Strike, actually that's just passives. Alright, never mind. But yeah, it should be able to finish off. You do want to take out Golem first, in my opinion, just because if it says crit shield, you're kind of screwed. But yeah, if you get another 3 minutes 30 seconds, you'll get S, right? Again, I did not do it optimally, so it did take a bit longer. But if you do it correctly, like I mentioned before, focus on one side, you should have a much better time. So for those who don't have Solgaleo, we could go ahead and swap to the other one, which is Mawile, right? My Mawile is again 5-star. Also there at 5. We really don't need to, right? You should have plenty of time over here. Although again, an EX Swanna would be nice. If you don't have EX Swanna, honestly, you could probably just run EX Roses instead, and instead of the speed buffs you get over here, you just substitute that with time to energize, right? But again, Skyla EX would be preferable. And over here, I am going to sync with the support EX first, right? Because that would, again, be helpful, give us overall more damage on the long run. Which, again, with Solgaleo as well, you know, you probably would want to sync with Skyla EX first, right? If, again, you do have that option. So, over here, we can bring Torch. Oh, I couldn't throw a move! You want to go X-Attack first. But, yeah. You can bring Torchic over here, which is, again, much better as a unit. Skyla Synchron is still the same, right? The Gust, Move Gauge, Refresh, Gust Staggering, and then take off MP or whatever the train move is called. Take Flight. Close enough. Alright, you get some attack buffs here. Alright, get crit buffs from Torchic again. If you do have any better crit buffers, you want to use that instead of Torchic, right? If any Sync Pairs that could give you some crit, you want to do that. Okay, so for Mawile, you do have to focus Golem from the start, because you don't. Also, you also do want to queue up X attack all before you queue up your first Iron Hood. But yeah, you do want to take out the Golem from the start, because again, once a crit shield goes up, you're kind of screwed, right? Unlike Solgaleo, you don't have like that much Leo in terms of damage, because you know Solgaleo better damage dealer, all of that, right? So we're gonna again sync with the EX, whether it be Skyla EX or Rosa EX or any other support EX that you have, right? I think Skyla's a solid option though, which again most people do have. Try to spam so you can queue that up before they queue up their move. Oh, you know what? I actually didn't think about this. All right, so you probably don't want to. You don't want to flinch you don't want to flinch the golem, because if you flinch them, they'll set up crit shield, which again greatly decreases your damage output. Yeah, I'll see if we could still beat this like this though. If we can't, then yeah, you definitely do not want to flinch the golem. You want to flinch the other units. So when you're using Gust with Skyla, you want to, you know, target the other two instead, right? Instead of the golem over here, because you don't want to get that crit shield up. I did fail to consider that. All right. Defense buffs, obviously not good, especially with the crit shield, but it should go down soon. It's not like it's gonna be up there forever, right? So, oof, close though. All right, need to get an extra Iron Head in there. Let's try to finish off the golem while we're at it. Engage refresh, nice. All right, as you can see, the crit shield is going away, so obviously that's gonna help our damage output quite a bit, right? So to make the best of that, you should probably just sync with your, or not sync, queue up moves with your other units first, right? I did take out the golem, so that's okay, really nice. Gus over here, just move gauge back, all that, fantastic. All right, as you can see, the crit shield is gone, and now we are back to doing regular good mulling damage over here. Okay. Personally, I wouldn't queue like unnecessary moves just for the heck of it, so I'll just rather the move gauge just be like kind of still over here, than queue up like unnecessary moves at this point. Right? You know what? I don't think we could even get to a second sync or a next sync, so maybe we should probably try to be cool with them. Oh, that's so close though. All right. They're gonna double edge over here. As you can see, we still have like a minute left, and we're basically done. And also, we screwed up with the crit shield thing. So even if they do, you know, crit shield, we should still be fine. All right. Yeah, we're not getting another sync. So if it seems like you're probably not going to get another sync, you just probably just queue up moves, or just stop queuing up moves with everyone else, and just queue moves with Mawile to finish them off. As you can see, not an optimal run by any means. However, we're still doing, you know, we're still well ahead of schedule. You definitely don't want Torchic to get taken out though, or anyone to get taken out. So you probably should have potioned there. Clock still ticks. So as you can see, we've many mistakes throughout, right? Did not go well. Still cleared it under 330, which again, 330 is your target. As long as you get 330 every single day, you will be able to get all the rewards in that part, right? There will be, I think, extra missions coming out later, but don't have to worry about them until, I think, the 5th, May the 5th, right? So let's just try that one more time, with, you know, the intention of trying to do a bit better, right? Let's do practice stage, and that one's the same difficulty, all that stuff, right? So we'll try that again. Let's get all this in. We'll probably speed it up a bit now that I think I'm a bit familiar with how this would go. Alright, X attack. Again, I do want to queue up this X attack all first before we go ahead. Right, Gus over here. Iron Head. Ah, really? That's not fun. Are they gonna crit shield again? Alright, well, hopefully they either don't use crit shield or they... Alright, they did recover from flinch, which is really, really good. And we flinched them again. Alright, we were just really unlucky, or like really lucky in a way, because again, like, it's lucky that we landed a crit, but it's unlucky because we don't want to land, or not a crit, flinch, right? So, alright, let's try. Hope we don't land a flinch. Alright. Okay, let's do that. Or maybe, what if we just don't attack the golem first then? Alright, let's try not attacking the golem first. Again, he will eventually, yeah, I think it's better just to let him eventually give us the crit shield, which is much, much later in the process. Okay. Rampardos. Yep. Actually, I should probably go for 2 flame charges here, since we unfortunately didn't get an MP refresh on Skylar's trainer move again. Which again, it would be very, very nice if we do get the MP refresh on Skylar's trainer move. It definitely helps a lot, right? Let's see if we could finish this thing off before it sinks over here. That'll be pretty nice, right? Alright, should be enough. Yes, it is. Yes, it is enough. Alright, that. Yeah, we definitely have another, sync in us, so we could keep queuing with the sides over here, get another sync in. Alright, that Iron Head's gonna finish that off, and hopefully a sync would be enough to finish off the, well, didn't even have to go for the Iron Head. Should be able to finish off the Golem over here, as you can see. Well, if it doesn't finish it off, we can go for another Iron Head, I guess. Oh, we didn't crit, unfortunately. Oh, it didn't crit again over there. Alright. Slightly unfortunate, but as you can see, we got a bit unlucky there, but well under 330, right? Well under 330. You should be fine. Should be fine. Again, free to play units shouldn't be an issue. So anyways, that's it for this one, I guess. Hope you guys enjoyed. Guys, think in the comments down below. Like, enjoy this video, so we're channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. I'll see you guys in the next one.